Good morning, welcome back to Adventures with Dice. I'm Rob and I'm your host for these videos. And as promised in this video, we're going to be looking at the Warhammer Fantasy Role-Play Game Master screen. Just got this in yesterday at the time of this recording, and I have not opened it yet. I did cut the plastic just a little bit to make it easier to open. I don't know what it looks like on the inside. I don't know. There's a booklet that comes with it. I don't know what all's in that. I intentionally did not watch any videos on this because I kind of wanted to be surprised and experience opening it with you here on the channel. I know that a lot of people don't like using GM screens, or these days a lot of people play online, so they're not really useful in that aspect. I don't play online really. Mostly I play at the table. And I like GM screens. I like them for all my games. If my game doesn't have one, I make one for it. Not so much for dice rolls. I roll my dice in the open. My players can see the dice rolls. But for, concealing maps or notes, or more importantly, a good GM screen has a lot of useful charts and stuff on the inside of it that I find helpful when I'm running a game. So I really love GM screens. This one was purchased for me by my buddy Jason, who's in my group, because he's really excited to play Warhammer Fantasy, and he knows that I like to have a screen when I run. So he picked this up, and he picked up an extra rule book for the table. So we're getting there. More and more steps towards being ready to play. I know it has some stuff on the back that kind of tells you what's in it, but I'm not really going to read through that because I don't want to give anything away, even to myself. So, without any further ado, let's open this bad boy up and see what's in here. Let's just get the rest of this plastic off of it. Okay. That out of the way. So we have the Game Master screen, we have the Game Master screen booklet, we have the paper that came with it to tell us what's in there. We will take a look at the booklet in just a minute, set it to the side, and let's look at the screen. So I can already tell I love the artwork on there. That's really cool. Oh wow, look at that. There's a lot going on that screen. A lot going on. Griffin Riders. Love that bridge. Love that building. I don't think I can get the whole thing in the shot, so I'll just do it like this. That is very cool. Very evocative of the setting. I like it when there is art on the back of the screen that is like that, like just puts you in the mindset of where you are and what you're playing. And Warhammer Fantasy, from what I can tell, seems to have a lot of urban style adventures. So to me, this is really, really cool. I love this architecture of these type of buildings. I love that there's so much going on. This dude's getting kicked in the face. Wow. I just love that there's so much going on the screen that you can just sit and look at this for a while and pick out the different stuff. Well, that's the art side of it. Let's get to the business side of it here. All right. We got a lot of charts. All right. Common names of the old world. That's useful. I like that. We have Human Reiklander forenames, Human Reiklander surnames, Halfling forenames, Halfling clan names, Dwarf forenames, Dwarf clan names. Same thing for elves and wood elves. So that's really cool. We have a master skill list. I like this too because it gives you what page the skills are on in the main rule book. But each of the skills is listed here, and it gives you the attribute that they're tied to. So that's useful because there's a lot of times that you know, when you got a lot of game systems running around in your head, it can be hard to remember what skills are in what game. So something like that is useful so that I don't have to constantly grab a character sheet and look at it to see what skills are available. Just having it right here. It talks about the basic skills, advanced skills, group skills. That's just really nice. And then down here at the bottom, we have character trait, motivation, and quirk table. And this would be great for, you know, NPCs. Like you got names here for an NPC if you need one, or for a player character, I suppose. But on the fly, if you're GMing and you need an NPC real quick, you can grab a name from here. You can roll up a trait, motivation, it's D100 rolls, an ambition for them, and a quirk for them real quickly, and have that ready to go. Then on our next panel, this is a 4-panel screen. We have test, and you have, again, you have the page numbers that these are on, but you have difficulties for the test, opposed test, success levels, and what they mean. Then talents and test, and that's page number. We have a section on advantage, how you get advantage, fate, fortune, resilience, and resolve. That's nice to have all that at your fingertips. We have a hit location table, which is fantastic. I love in this game that you can just, you get hit, but it's not just you get hit. Where did you get hit, you know? All right, assistance and the rules for that. Psychology, all really good so far. Let's look at the last 2 panels. All right, we have coinage, and it breaks down gold crowns, silver shillings, and brass pennies. That's really cool. Income per brass, silver, or gold level characters. Let's see, selling stuff, availability, common items. That's nice to just have that like right there at your fingertips. You know, a pint of ale, a meal at the inn. A lot of GM screens don't have that, and that's very useful. Let's see, we have a section on awarding XP by performance, gaining XP from ambitions. We have movement, travel times, whether you're in a coach, on a barge, a cab, ferry. Completing a career, it gives you the XP that has to be spent to move up in levels and complete a career. And then we have a section on conditions, which tells us where it is in the rule book, but it also has common conditions down here: bleeding, broken, fatigued, prone, stunned, surprised, unconscious. Those are nice to have at your fingertips. And then our final panel is all the stats. There's something on the screen. That's really weird. Get that off of there. Weapons and shields tells you, again, what page in the rule book. But all your common weapons and shields are listed here, and your armor is listed here. So that's really nice. And then there's a chart on creature size, again with the page number. So yeah, there's a lot of useful charts in here, or on the screen, not in here, on here. But a lot of useful charts. I'm very happy to have this. I think this is going to come in really handy when I'm running the game. All right, well, that's the screen. So let's set that to the side, and let's look at the GM screen book and see what's in here. It says Grim and Perilous Tools for the Game Master in this old world, in the old world. Okay. Table of contents. We have chapter 1. Looks like it's broken into 3 or 4 chapters. What makes Warhammer? Okay. Talks about the GM's goal, make the old world come to life, create. So this is advice on how to set the scene, basically, how to do the setting and bring it to life. GM principles, and then we have revealing the old world, incorporating the characters, embody the uncaring gods. Evil is rampant, good is rare. Well, that's true. Focus on the characters. Everyone has a history, even your NPCs. Lead the players to their story. Be a friend and an enemy. That's some, embrace conflict. Be truthful to the players. Okay, and then we have a section on themes in Warhammer: the class struggle, ideology, modernization, factionalism, religion. I can't wait to sit down and read this. This is really good. I like this. And the end times, of course. And then we have chapter 2, which is running the game. It looks like we have some rules on advantage, tracking advantage, advantage in large combats. Let's see, removing advantage, creatures without the weapon trait, dealing with character death. There we go. That's probably something that's going to come up. Survival at a cost, embracing character death, self-sacrifice deaths, prophetic deaths, no way out deaths, optional rules for heroic death. And oh, that's nice. It has a section on introducing new characters. So, because that can always be rough too. Like when you have a character die, and player tries to bring in a new character. Having some advice on bringing them into the group, that's pretty cool. Let's see, Dooming with Fate Zero. More on Between Adventures. I talked about that a little bit in the main rule book. I like that. A Day in the Life. Then we have a section on the motivations, the check-in, example motivations. Oh, there's a lot of example motivations. Charity, control, debauchery, envy, faith, fame, freedom, glory, gluttony, hope, infamy, justice, knowledge, love, obligation, order, patriotism, perfection, pleasure, power, respect, revenge, ruin, servitude, survival, unity, wealth, and violence. Let's see, we have a section on social standing and status, cost of living, because that's actually really important in this game. Your social status can have a huge impact. Let's see. Okay, chapter 3, NPCs with character. So names, careers. So this is fleshing out NPCs and telling you how to design NPCs that aren't just, your average, barkeep, bar wench. They've actually got motivations and drives of their own, and this talks about how to do that. So that's really cool. And it gives an example of a couple of them here. So it's nice. All right, we have an appendix. I need a job. If the characters find themselves out of a job or looking for work, and you haven't planned an adventure, roll 3 D100 on the following table to quickly come up with a hook for who, what, and why an adventure might happen. So you have the who, what, and why, and you roll 3 D100s, and you just put it together. Ooh, a brooding witch hunter. That's neat. There's something like that, kind of like that in Dragonbane in the main book. I want to go over and do a thing on designing adventures in Dragonbane too, because there's some charts in there that you can roll on to generate quick adventures, which I'm using for my solo play that I'm doing, and I like it quite a bit. So that should be fun. Should be useful. How do I know you again? Sometimes your characters have a fully formed backstory in mind. Other times they just want to build a connection between them with a single roll. The following is a list of 50 ways 2 or more characters can know each other. So that's cool. Like 1 or 2, we both served time in the Empire's illustrious prisons. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you can let your players roll on this chart, and it gives them a connection between each other. That's neat. You find yourself in a tavern. Well, talk about tropes. The following table contains 50 random events that could happen in a tavern in the Empire. Let's say I roll at 8. A party of dwarves enter the tavern and storm towards the bar. They're looking for rooms, 2 kegs of ale, and a dinner to be sent upstairs. They cast suspicious eyes at everyone else and grumble under their breath. That's pretty cool. because sometimes you can also come up short on, you know, what's going on in the end, and it's neat to have something like that that you can just roll on real quick. Example, Doomings. That's very cool. And that's a D100 as well. Yep. So, this comes off as like an extension of the Game Master section in the rule book, which makes sense because it comes with the Game Master screen. But yeah, I like that. I'm definitely going to put that in my binder that I use for my well, that I've already set up for my Warhammer games. So this is going to see quite a bit of use, especially those tables in the back. I love that one with the you know, the tavern, what's going on in the tavern, and just roll a random event. Because I mean, you could spark a whole adventure from that without really even planning to. But that's our look at the Game Master screen. I'm thoroughly impressed with it. I really like this. I think the screen is beautiful. I think the art on the screen is beautiful. The charts are handy. The Game Master screen book is going to be very handy. I can see me using this quite a bit. I'm pleased. I like it. I hope you enjoyed this first look at it. And I will be back soon with more videos, not just on Warhammer, but other stuff as well. And until next time, my friends, good gaming and good luck.